Everyone is using your power except you. Brothers and sisters, this is day 313 of our 360 journey. If you haven't made your $47 payment today, you must go immediately upon conclusion of today's show. I've restructured the 21-day challenge so that way you pay as you go. I'm only taking 30 people. I've had a great response. So make sure you make the $47 payment today or yesterday so you can understand that man is God asleep. A woman is a God asleep. God is a man awake. God is a woman awake. So you must be awake. My job today is to wake you up. And I've been doing that job every day for the last, let's say 10 years since I became awake. And every day I set out to express, expose, and expand the same frequency, the same wave, and the same vibration to awaken all of the gods. It's extremely important, brothers and sisters, as we express, expose, and expand our God-given destiny and dear Kinea. There is only one you. No one else can be you. Therefore, you have no competition. It is an honor and a privilege to be amongst gods and goddesses today as we embark upon this crystal-like journey, this journey that allows you to be able to express, expose, and expand your God-given destiny and dear Kinea. There are 5 keys that we will be breaking down today that's going to help you establish, as we talked about before, your plan. When you have crystal clear clarity, the whole purpose of the 21-day manifestation journey is to give you that intensity that's needed for you to stop giving away your power and allowing everybody else to benefit from you. Everybody's benefiting from your power except you. So it's very important that you start to benefit from you. Since everybody else is benefiting from you, you are the most important person, I'm assuming, that you know. So why don't you benefit from you? It's extremely important that we understand, okay, how do I benefit from being my own self? How can I utilize my own frequency, my own wave, my own verb, and my own vibration? If man is God asleep, think about that. You are a God with amnesia. We've talked about this on many, many shows. So in order for you to get out of your humanity and to put on your divinity, then you must become awake. That's why in politics, there's this phrase that's starting to catch on that's called woke. And people are saying woke. That phrase, that word will become more and more prominent as we talk about that phrase woke. And it's interesting, brothers and sisters, because there is something called the woke mind virus. And Elon Musk was talking about that on the Bill Maher show. And I mentioned that's about a month ago now, but we were talking about it back then. It's a word that really has an African-American foundation, which means to really, really be, aware of any social inequities or social injustices. Like, bro, you woke, man? And you be walking around clueless? Like, man, you better wake up. So woke really is an adjective that simply means to be conscious, to be aware. So that's what everything starts. Everything starts with you being woke. And as I talk about on every show, man, not everybody, but a lot of people want people to do something for them. Now, if somebody pulls alongside of you and they see you, now, I'm the type of guy that I come from a train of thought that I learned from my millionaire friends many, many years ago. People can only tell you yes or no. So I am not afraid to ask for anything because it's not a reflection negatively or positively. It's an expression of my awoken state. So I am very, very, very woke. That means that I know that I have a specific part that I play in my own plan. Man, that's the whole key to the 21-day manifestation challenge. Again, for everybody, again, the best thing to do is obviously to pay in full. If everybody's paid in full already, thank you. You just save yourself $200-$300. If not, pay as you go. If you don't want to participate the next day, then you don't pay. So it's $47 to join. Once I get 30 people at the $47 and or the pay in full rate, then we're good. So you want to make sure that you're part of that 30. Why? So you can increase your intensity. The whole purpose of the 21-day manifestation plan is to give you so much clarity of your plan that now you will only be engaged in everyday income-producing activities. There are 60, this is going to be included inside of the 21-day program. We'll be going through the 60 income-producing activities that you should be engaged in every single deity of your life. You are God asleep. God is man awake. So man is God asleep. God is man awake. So if you wake up, bam, guess what? That makes you a God. If you stay asleep, bam, guess what? That makes you a man. So you will never change your life until you change something you do daily. See, the secret to success is found in your daily routine. That's my secret. My secret to success is I have a daily routine. And my daily routine is a routine, but it's not the same. It's daily, but it's intuitive. It is instantly or intuitively or spiritually established. Once you do that, then you are able then to overcome any adversity because you have a feeling. Remember we talked about yesterday that the secret to success in all millionaires, there has never been a millionaire that did not have, number one, singleness of mind. Because that established the divine scalar innate attributes and characteristics that activates your DNA. So your DNA tells each cell what to do. The DNA is an innate instruction book. So your aura of self-sufficiency creates a resonance that starts off as a torus or toroidal, and if it keeps going, it becomes scalar. So whatever you don't need, you can have. Let me say it again. Whoever you don't need, this is called divine scalar love. So that's when you are woke. You are woke when you realize, with your real eyes, that I have everything that I need for life and godliness, so I don't give away my power and I don't let other people pimp out my energy. Now, the average Keelan has been pimped, but he or she doesn't know because usually it's his husband, his wife, or his children that's pimping out his energy. So I can go through different people, myself included. I'm just aware, so I limit it. When you give away your time, when you give away your attention, when you give away your intensity, when you give away your intensity to anything that's not purpose-based, you are being prostituted and pimped. You are a energy prostitute. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with being pimped. out. You just make sure that you are receiving. Most prostitutes, they pimp, beat them, and take their money, but they do all the work. Not only spiritually speaking, but also spiritually speaking. So as I talked about many, many years ago, and I talked about being committing spiritual adultery and becoming, again, a energy whore, which 99.9999999% of our Kibelons and non-Kibelons are. They get pimped. Now, it's one thing to know, because you're getting a reward, you're getting a payment, you're getting a payoff. But it's another thing to siphon your cheek to get pimped. See, focus is about eliminating all distractions that cause you to deviate from your plan. See, focus is also about being clear about what you need to do and why you need to do it today. See, focus is about addressing both areas, because that's the only way to improve the two things that's needed to be successful. Number one, plan. Number two, relentless action. If you do those three things, you will never fail. I give you $100,000 if you do those two things for the next 21 days and your life doesn't change. Because I know I have not met one individual that is able to focus with the same amount of frequent, intense thought projection for 21 days. Because even the Helios Biblio says the moment that you establish crystal clear clarity, a.k.a. a destination. Remember, the destination is never in question. Everybody knows what you want. We all want to be wealthy, healthy, wise, and get our toe killed. I haven't met a person on this planet, the people that do, they just lie to themselves. They probably are Christian, because they believe that shit's evil. So you can't help those people. You just slowly get out of the way. Let them drive off the cliff. That's your job. Your job is not to try to save nobody, stop nobody, just to be aware. You know, people that are snakes, I got a lot of snakes that are friends. And clients. I know they're snakes. So I don't get close enough for them to bite. I'm still close. We can do one-on-ones. They can buy my product, service information, but I know they're a snake. They may not know they're a snake, because they probably don't know what the definition of a snake is. Because we broke it down, and I sent you guys the book that I wrote called Serpentina. A snake is someone who's living a life that is not theirs. That's a snake. Your up and down movement is controlled by externals. That's a snake. A snake is someone who has no power. So they're slithering. Remember, God cursed the quote-unquote upright talking serpent to crawl around on his belly for the rest of his life. Why did Source do that to the serpent? Because the serpent was deceived. He deceived himself, then he deceived Eve, according to the biblical narrative. So what does it mean to be deceived? To be deceived means when you no longer see worth and value in yourself. That's being deceived. Now, what does that mean, though, in English? That means that the part you have to play in your own success, you say, fuck you, I'm not playing. So what you're telling me, now you don't say this with your mouth, you say this with your actions. Remember, I don't look at what people say. I look at what they do. You telling me, Doc, I want to be wealthy, healthy, wise to get my toes curled. I say, absolutely. There's only two things that's required to do that. You need a blueprint, and you need unrelenting effort that's put into the blueprint. You need two things to be successful in life. That's it. So if you tell me you want to be successful, you don't have a blueprint, you're lying. You didn't even look for the blueprint. You don't even make no effort. to establish the blueprint. The blueprint is what? God gave you one, but you said, fuck you, God. I don't like that blueprint. So you don't implement it. You got a money machine given to you by God. You don't have to even create the shit. It's already done. Just find the month that you was born. Do that. That's it. That's it. Now that means to define it based upon what you like. So I can tell you what you should do based upon what I see you doing. But you could be fake, which is 99.9999999% of the time, you are projecting an image that you think I want to see, not the image that you really be. So when you go home and you hang up, you somebody else. I see, I can call your children. I can call your husband and say, yeah, dog, man, she don't do, bro, what she, come on, dog, you don't believe that? I'm saying, I already know, bro. Now, ladies, I can call your husband or your boo-boo or your children, and vice versa for men. Y'all could call my wife or my ex-wife, and my ex-wife, she'll tell you that nigga ain't shit. He's garbage. Because when she knew me, I wasn't. I was garbage. Shit, I'll tell you that. Garbage is a man that don't have a plan. That's it. I notice I didn't say shit about implementing the plan or achieving the plan. A man is someone who has a plan that he is willing to put a bullet in your head or anybody else's that stands between him and the plan. Because then that over time produces belief. And that belief over time produces intensity. And that intensity over time produces manifestation. So all you got to do is give me a plan that is believable, that's implementable. Because eventually I'm going to keep looking at that plan and be like, damn, you know what, that shit is, that's doable. So what I did today was, if you guys really look at what I do every day, like, have you ever been watching what I post? You haven't listened to the shows? Go back this week and look at all my offers I made this week. So today, what did I do today? A couple of days ago, yesterday I did 5 books for $25. Before that, I did 50 books for $1,000. Before that, I did $1,000 to join the 21-day system. Then they said you could take $100 off or $200 off if you register early. $300 off if you're a member of the big ticket club, 25K club. Now today I said the same thing. Why? Because my goal is to enroll 30 people. And I divided, I got a plan. Now I don't tell you my plan, but I got a plan. So I'm going to ask you, do you got a plan? And then this is a $1 billion question right here. Are you fucking involved and invested in your own plan? That's why the average achievement is broke. If the plan is not working, I make adjustments to the plan. It's still the same fucking plan. Get 30 people. The destination never changed. But the past changes. Every day the past changes. Sometimes every hour the past changes. So before that I posted 249 Dear Canary reports. Really, Dear Canary reports is really $4.95. I've just been selling them 50% off for like $2.95. Recently, and nobody on this call paid $4.95 for a Dear Canary report or $2.95. You paid probably either $149. Every once in a while, I'll even do a sale for $100. What is that? That's an offer. To take me where? Now the original destination, $1K a day. Ain't shit changed, bruh. I'm doing the same thing every day, but the path that takes me to my destination changes based upon the previous day's manifestation. I got $100,000 I will give you right now, today, if you do that shit and it does not work. Now the question is, as we will prove over the next 21 days. So it's pay as you go. You don't get no results, don't pay for the next day. I guarantee my shit. See, I know, but I've been where you are. I've been where you at. I know, as I told you guys yesterday, Negroes don't like to invest in themselves because we are raised and we still got the stench, the residue of Jesus and Allah Rakba. The problem is you are getting pimped. Not you personally, but you know, Jesus is your pimp. A Buddha, whoever's fucking taking your cheap, they taking your energy. This is an energy pimping world. Siphoning. We're here, they are here to siphon, pull out. So when you want, you say, Doc, I believe you, but man, I'm going to start tomorrow, brother. Shit, man, I'm tired, man. It's hard out here for a pimp, dog. My energy's low, man. And you think? You're drinking their water, you're eating their food, you're breathing their air, you're watching their movies, you're wearing their clothes. You ain't even you. So when you come, I know I'm not talking to you. See, a man is a god asleep. A human. The word human is not in the Bible. I wrote a whole book that we had on sale yesterday. 5 for $25. I am too human. That means your ass is too asleep. Wake the fuck up. That's why I'm here, to wake your ass up. Now, I know the average don't want to be woke up. It's like in the morning, the alarm clock. You remember when you was a kid? Your parents were coming there, boy, get up, time to go to school. You'd be like, oh, man. You was up late watching TV or, you know, doing whatever y'all was doing. So you don't want to wake up in the morning. How come? You ain't looking forward to go to school. So we don't look forward to wake up. We rather be asleep, especially if we black, because there is nothing exciting to wake up for, because we love to be helpless, and we flirt, be hopeless. We got them. So if you black and you listen to me, you know what I'm talking about. Stop playing. You ain't got no plan that you can implement that gives you cheap. So my plan gives me energy, because every day I come up with a plan like, ooh wee. My brain said, nigga, sit down. That shit is not going to work. But then I said, what else, though? What else? What else? So this morning I woke up, Brother Osama, and I had an epiphany. People may not have $800 to pay me for the early registration. They got it, but they think they don't. People may think they don't have $1,000 to pay me in full. People may think that. People may think, I know they got it, though, but they think they don't. I know that they got shit in their house they can go pawn right now. But I know that you can take out a new credit card. You got options. But you don't know you got options, even though you got options. I used to be that too. Assalamu alaikum, salam. We all been there. Because there's certain things you say, Doc, fuck that, man. I ain't doing that. Bam! That's religion. See, you haven't got there yet to, remember I said, the only secret, my secret to success? Destination, not an option, brother. Meaning, you don't want this. So, remember, the whole time I'm talking, I'm not talking to people. That's why I like saying it, because people get in their feelings thinking that I'm talking to them. I'm talking to demons. See, I don't wrestle against flesh and blood. You're not my enemy. None of my shows is about no people. You're not even like, for real? Come on, dog. You know where I live at? I live in the spirit realm. I just come down here to hang out with y'all every once in a while. So I'm in the spirit. I walk in the spirit before I live at. Even when I'm doing evil in the spirit realm. The weapons of my warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty through God for the pulling down the strongholds. Stop playing. Everything is frequency. Once you understand that there's an unknown entity in your life, she's stealing your energy. That's why you're fucking tired. If you do not have a plan, they, by universal spiritual law, have legal jurisdiction to give you theirs. That's God's law. That's not man. That shit is not man-made. That is source, not the one in your Bible or the one on this print. Source says, if a man is asleep, or let me rephrase that, if a God is asleep, it drops down from divinity into humanity. The only way that you can be a human is if you are a God with amnesia. There is no such thing as a human. It doesn't exist. That word is not a word. So it doesn't exist. So then what is a human? A human is a God who drank the purple Kool-Aid and they don't have a plan. Remember, 100 grand. If you do this and it doesn't work. Today you must establish a plan. But the plan activates God's land. Your glands are activated by your plans. No plan, no glands. And the glands recruit the organs to help implement the glands to carry out the plans because you are on a flat plane net. So the plan gets you out of the net by activating the extraterrestrial because you are alien or a alien. We call them an alien. Your blood and everything about you, everything about your hue, what we call hue, which is color or bit light. This, again, is primarily for what is called an alkebulon. However, we are getting pimped because of a lack of understanding and controlling and predicting our pyramid or pyramid charge. So, pyro, fire, mid means middle. This is what the I am statement does, and this is the significance. This is why I've been seeing angel numbers all day, every day for like the last 2 weeks. Because I've already blown up. Now it's just manifesting. It's just dropping down because now I've done what I've begged, and I'm still begging y'all to do. First of all, if y'all make the $47 payment, make the $47 payment. It's only $47. That's why again, that's another way. The best way is just pay it in full. But maybe your hippocampus and your amygdala has not activated your frontal lobe. What does that mean? That just simply means that what I'm saying hasn't registered. There is no value in it for you. You don't see the significance of it. Because if you see the significance of it, you will find it. The universe will send you men, means, and resources. So, in other words, you are a magic money machine when you are operating in an elevated emotional state. So what I do every morning is make sure that I come up with that's given to me by source, a plan that activates my glands so that I can operate and take over God's land with my plan to get me off this planet or this planned net using my musical instruments called my organs and my organelle so I can have an orgasm to create a new organization. This is not a New Believer show. Now, I need to make sure you understand what I just said from the inside out because I think I may, especially my non-melanated individuals and some of my low vibrational melanated individuals may have gotten discombobulated. Because when you over and under and understand that the result is never, ever in question. The only question is the path, or which path do we take? As I mentioned before, I've changed the path every day this week, but the destination is still the same. Now, the path today is pay as you go. Yesterday, the path was get 5 books for $25. The day before that was 50 books. The path is taking you in a direction because it is income-producing activities. So I have something that keeps my energy elevated, and my attention is no longer on my problems because I'm so elevated. I'm so excited. I'm like a kid on Christmas Day every day. So I put myself in the lion's den. I choice. I didn't choose to have no push job or no guarantee check. I want and I like because that shit keeps my blood pumping. They say that the forbidden fruit is the best fruit. I've been watching this series recommended by one of my high vibrational clientele, and it's an interesting series called Breaking Badly. And that is from what I understand, I think it's an old series. But Breaking Bad, I would say badly, but I think it's Breaking Bad. I always mess up the title. And it's about basically this guy, and I know all you guys have probably seen it. He's just a regular dude living a boring ass life. Then he found out he got cancer. And all of a sudden, the threat of death. See, I done got that threat. I live with a constant threat. See, I'm in an elevated state, brother. I'm in an elevated. I gotta figure some shit out. I'm not like you guys. I don't have no. I'm not from I'm not from the Kennedy's bloodline. I don't have no rich uncles and aunts. I don't have no. None of my kids are in the NFL or some big time sport athlete. I can say, hey, bruh, go and send me about 20, 30K. Y'all, anybody else? So what does that mean? It means, as I said today, the difference between me and pretty much a lot of other people on this call and off this call, if it is to be, it's up to me. Meaning man is God asleep. God is man awake. If you are awake, you are a generator, a operator, and a director. Now, if you are asleep, then you are what is called walking dead. You are on the digital the Instagram. So to be a part of those gods, you got to be awoke or awake. So how do we wake up? You wake up when you create a plan, blueprint, and then you do your part in your plan. A lot of people got a plan, but they don't want to do their part. They want somebody else to do their part. Let me get this right. You got a plan. And your part that you play in the plan is nothing. The shit just going to collapse out of the sky, Doc. Hold up, time out. Let me get this right. So what are you personally doing to implement the plan? Now, remember, the plan, for you to be involved in the plan, you got to put energy into the plan. It's called income-producing activities. So every morning when you wake up, you should do some income-producing, a.k.a. purpose-based. I call it an IPA. See, an IPA is income-producing activity. Is the result of BPA, purpose-based activity. See, is what you're doing right now taking you in the direction of your purpose? You woke up this morning, what did you do? You woke up, you washed your face. Did that take you in the direction of your purpose? See, I woke up this morning, brushed my teeth. Yeah, you want to have a decent smile when you on camera. I shaved. Okay, that helps. Wash my, took a shower. Make sure, your click-clacks need to be clean. You need to be smelling good. Right, Brother Osama? Then the next thing I did was I made my bed. Now, I don't know if y'all saw that speech by that 5-star general. It was explaining why the military. I know very few people that was in the military that the first thing that they do, they don't make their bed. There's a few, like, that was in one of the lesser military organizations. Like the Army. I can't say that too loud because, my wife is ex-Army. So what are you saying, Doc? Well, that releases dopamine in my brain. Now, dopamine is released by Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. But what did you accomplish for that dopamine hit? Let me say it again. How much money did you get? See, dopamine used to be released only after an achievement, usually monetarily, was accomplished. We all got fucked. Let me explain it to you again, bro. I don't know if you heard me, people in the back. Dopamine used to, back in the day, way back in the day, way back in the day, when we was growing up, dopamine wasn't released until you got an A on a test. When you started taking a test, no dopamine. You could probably have anxiety. Adrenaline was being released when they put down, hey, close the books, top test. What happens? You're like, oh shit, I ain't studied last night. And you was like, damn, do I know the answer to the test? That wasn't no dopamine. Mm-mm. That was some cortisol, maybe a little testosterone or estrogen, adrenaline. Those were all the feel bad chemicals. It wasn't until after you did the test, the teacher graded the test, you got that A plus, then the dopamine like ding, 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 reward. You walked around with your chest out, told everybody, yo, dog, what you going to test? Now, if you got that D, you was like, hey man, what you going to test? Oh man, bro, shit, hey man, what you doing today? You just changed the subject. Why? No dopamine was released in your skull. Now we got a whole generation that's getting dopamine released for doing nothing. That's why most young folk under the age of 40, they're getting dopamine released in their head and they ain't doing shit. But their body thinks that they are. So they will shoot you literally with their mouth first and then with their gun if you're around. Because what you're doing is you are challenging their cognitive dissonance. Some of you old folks too, especially if you're a Cretan, because guess what? You believe, guess when I found this out, man, this fucked my brain up. It's in the American Psychiatric Association. They did a study that when you go to church and you have an emotional release, you go to praise and worship, you do an altar call, you go up there, and the pastor say, what do you believe in God for? Pastor, I'm believing in God for a new car. He say, raise your hands up. And he slapped it all on your forehead in the name of Jesus. And you get shaken, shimmering. You pass out and kick. Sister Cheryl, you know how you do, Sister Cheryl. Don't act brand new. Both Sister Cheryl. Sister Cheryl West and Reverend Cheryl. Reverend Cheryl, you know what I'm talking about. I know Reverend Cheryl know what I'm talking about. So at that moment, dopamine was released. When you left, after you got your ass up off the floor, when you went outside, was your car in the driveway? No, it was not. What the fuck did you do? Nothing. You had an emotional release, but no physical manifestation. Woo-wee, that's called dopamine dumping. You got con. Religion is the greatest con because it tricks the body into believing that the reward has been attained when you ain't done shit. So I got a whole generation of people that I'm talking to. They said, Doc, I'm the man. I got my skinny jeans on, dog. My hair is braided up in a bun. I got my dread. Nobody looks at the definition for dread. D-R. I remember that movie, Captain Dread. No say from that time. Anyway, dread. You wearing dread locks. Ooh-wee. Damn, you can't come back from that. And it's in your 9-ether hair. So your hair is no longer 9-ether, bruh. Now you are the dominant culture's B-I-T-C-H. And you got your skinny jeans on. I mean, your click-clacks is close to your skin. You got balls to remove your testicles away from your body because it kills your sperm cells if you wear tight tight-fitting clothes, black man. That's why they got your black ass in them 2 little pants. Oh, the dominant culture is slicing you and dicing you. I don't give a which way you coming. They got you, bruh. Unless you got a plan. Now, you can tell me, Doc, this is my plan. You know, I'm going to tell you, that plan is taking your ass straight to what the church calls hell. And normally, we're already in hell. I'm trying to help y'all get out of hell. The only way you get out of hell is, number one, you have a plan that is so fucking powerful that you will slap your mama. That's number one. I don't recommend you slapping your mama, though. She's going to probably slap you back. But I'm just saying, it should be that powerful. Your plan, when you think about it, men, if you got a pecker, that mother should think it should be wrecked. If not, get you another plan. Ladies, you should have a plan. Your nipples should get hard. If not, get you another plan, ladies. Just weak. Don't tell nobody I told you. But that's what we're doing for the next 21 days. We're going to give you a plan that get your ass up early. You stay up late like me. And your who's how much he at. That's why he could do what he could do. He had a plan that was like, woo-wee. He was on it. He ain't need no motivational speaker to come by him and motivate him. He was already motivated. How come? He had something in his brain. He had a step-by-step process. Did he know whether or not it's going to work? Nope. But it was an idea. I had an idea this morning. Instead of asking for the payment up front, in full, how about I just take that payment and just make it one day? If you don't get no results, Doc, fuck you, dog. I ain't giving you no $47 tomorrow, brother. I'm going to go to McDonald's and eat me some people and drink me some sugar water so I can reverse my chakras, because sugar is the number 3 of the 7 S's that you talked about yesterday. Oh, y'all didn't get the book? Oh, my bad. So that's how I can steal your soul to keep you trapped in here forever. So the 7 rays that we talked about, so when your chakras are open and in line and your body is alkaline, line. When you get your alkalinity, pH balance, potential hydrogen molecules, when you become a hydrogen, remember, God breathes hydrogen, not oxygen or nitrogen. When you align your chakra systems, that's the indwelling of the Holy Spirit. That activates the kundalini and the kunda buffer. That activates the coccyx bones that's at the base of your sphenoid or your spine. Your spine is your spiritual antenna. It starts to pump the cerebral spinal cord fluid up to 33. It's Jacob's ladder. Then that place where you go, where you see God face to face, I call that place Taino. That's just in your Bible too, preacher. So this is not a new believer adventure. We are awaking the sleeping giants. You one of them. Man, is God asleep? God is a man awake. When you wake up, you become a god or a goddess. You have the 3 energy, the 6 frequency, and the 9 vibration. That's what Tesla said, if you could overstand. That's what it says in Revelation 13:18, here is wisdom. If you can calculate the number, this shit is mathematical. This is supreme mathematics. This is melanin. The black mist story. Black is the absence of all color and the inclusion of all color. Anyway, it cuts on the way in and on the way out. That's the true word of God, melanin. Don't tell nobody I fucking told you. The word of God is alive. It's melanin. It is quick. It is powerful. It is sharper than any two-edged sword. Your sword needs 2 edges, bruh. Slice your ass on the way in and on the way out. But your sword is your words. SWORD becomes WORDS. When you get on that level, there is no devil. That's the whoop-ass level. And how do you get there? You need a clarity. A plan is nothing but an ideal that you see clearly. It has nothing to do with whether the ideal works or not. I'm in a permanent, elevated state. Even when my plan fails, when I lose, I feel better than I do when I win. Ooh-wee. Y'all better stop playing. Let me see what it said. When I fail, I have more dopamine released than when I win. Why? Because I am married to the process. My plan contains a step-by-step process that's dopamine, 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 dopamine. So I'm no longer stuck on destination, 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 destination. So I'm not chasing the white rabbit. I'm not trying to accomplish. I'm not trying to get laid. Because I enjoy the chase more than the acquisition. Woo-wee. Another study for another time. If you really watch that series I was telling you about, that's what the guy, his whole life changed after he got cancer. And after he started doing crystal meth. Not doing it, but because he was a chemist. The first 5 episodes, I was like, what the this shit is boring. But then after about episodes 6, 7, 8, 9, I'm on season 2. I think it's only 2 seasons. And I already know where it's going. The dude walked into one of the most cutthroat, evil drug dealers who just the dude walked in by himself. They were going to slice his ass up, but they didn't know he knew who he was. He has an advantage over everybody. He knows chemistry. That is true. That's you. Chemistry means kill. History means mystery. It's interesting that primarily the main characters are white. Remember the dominant culture, they take your power, give it to them, amplify them, demonize you. So you feel. No family, all of them, none of them are white. But the average Negro can't see the forest because it got trees. Not this nigga. I ain't average, bro. You can't be around me and be average. So on August the 15th, your ass gonna wake up, or you gonna do what a lot of people do. You're gonna drop the fuck out. You can say, Doc, I appreciate your dollar, but I'm gonna keep my $47 and I'm going with McDonald's and eat me some people. And Golden Arches, brother. After that, I'm gonna go to another fast food restaurant. Now, I ain't saying that I go to fast food restaurants too, but at least I know what the fuck I'm doing. I ain't saying you should go every day. It's fast food. Fast. Speed up your metabolism, make your ass age. That means you might want to grab you a couple of watermelons on the way home. Or some cantaloupe. So what's the point, Doc? I need the smoking gun, brother. What is the smoking gun? What are you saying? What is all of this about? Why am I paying you $47 a day? Missing out on my Starbucks and my McDonald's. See, when you find yourself, you find your source. When you find your source, you find your purpose. When you find your purpose, you find your wealth. Find your wealth, you find your health. Find your health, you find your wisdom. You find wisdom, everybody won't be in a relationship with you. Why? You are high vibrational activity. Your wattage, your light is so fucking powerful. Go on Facebook. People gonna be DMing you, hey girl, send me a picture of your adornments. Show me your attributes and characteristics. So what? How many? You got any DMs like that? What about you, Sister Coleman? Anybody on your page, Sister Coleman, say, girl, Let me see your attributes and characteristics. Dr. Martinet, they blowing your page up, Dr. Martinet? Y'all better stop playing, man. Stop playing. Okay, I got to get serious, y'all. What about you, Brother Timothy? Brother Timothy, how many women you got in your DM, Brother Tim? I know you got them lined up, bro. Stop playing. What about you, Brother Osama? Y'all representing me, man. Y'all gotta bring the pain. Y'all the my backup. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give me to take over. I'm gonna not transition. I'm gonna pass the torch, Brother Timothy, Brother Osama. Next generation, master teachers. Let's get it. This is no play over chill. We whoop ass on the regular. The 7 rays are the 7 chakras. You got all 7, but they gotta all be in a line. They gotta all be activated. Your words create your world. WHIRL. Your words. Pistis, pistuo, and pytho. Sure, you want to drink some good structured water every once in a while. Soak down, find a seeded watermelon. But really, mind over matter. At the end of the day, you can't find no seeded watermelon, bruh. You got to be the seeded watermelon. Come on, preacher. See, you will never change your life until you change your mental disposition. Now, people be saying that. I know you guys have heard that before. Remember, man is God asleep. Wake up. God is man awake. Dear God, just all you got to do is wake up. Deep nostril breathing, smell the coffee, and be everything you do should do 5 things for me. Like right now, $47. What's the 5? Number 1, $47 is going to help you, number 1, make money. But remember what money is, though. Everybody does everything for these 5 reasons. My 5. There's a lot of other reasons you could throw in there, but primarily, every day when you post something on Facebook, it should do, number 1, it should tell me it's going to make me more money. Woo-wee, I'm going to sign up. It's going to say, this will get me more praise, more attention, more love. I'm going to sign up. Number 3, this is going to help me escape the devil. This is going to help me escape pain. Remember, pain, pleasure, the 2 things that everybody on this earth do. We all are trying to avoid pain and get some pleasure. Woo-wee. Number 4, beauty, looks. If you tell me, Doc, I'm going to take some of that gray out your beard, brother, what? And even better on Doc, I got this new program, I got this new stuff, this new instant hair growth. Dude, how much is it? $1 million. No problem. I have the money tomorrow. I don't give a beep how much it costs. I'm buying it. Why? Instant hair growth? Are you serious? My shit started falling out when I was 19. You tell me I would get my Michael Jackson throw back? Bruh, I'm your number 1 client. And I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to post a testimonial on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm going to sell your shit. You ain't got to tell, you ain't going to ask me, hey, brother, would you be an affiliate? I'm going to sign up. I'm going to ask you, hey, man, can I promote your product? Well, I was no, brother. I want to be your number 1 affiliate marketer. Why? The shit works. And number 5, ease of operation. Stress-free. No, you mean to tell me this shit's going to be effortless manifestation? Dude, how much is it? If you input those 5 things inside of your digital information product tomorrow, you will blow the beep up. Now, you should do what I do. Go to ChatGPT. First of all, you should consult the Big G. You say, Big G, ancestors, I summon thee, I call thee to assist me with manifesting a product, service, information that has these 5 attributes and characteristics. Make me money, make other people money. Make me feel loved, valued, and respected. Make other people feel loved, valued, and respected. Help me escape my mental, because it's mental, pain. I'm trying to avoid pain. Number 4, make me look good. Make me look all shiny and glistening. Number 5, make sure it's just easy. No effort. Stress-free is easy, brother. There's really difference between. I have no problem working. I have no problem with what's called ergon because work is mental. What I'm doing right now is work. I love working. In fact, I get pissed off that I got to sleep. Sleep is an inconvenience. Why do we got to sleep? AI don't sleep. That's why I watched that movie La Machina, I think it is again, last night. Ooh, I missed a lot of that. Now, think about this for a moment. Remember that old, the dude was like, and now La Machina, it's Ex Machina, EX, and then the word machine, like MA and then China, Machina. Remember, the guy goes over there, but really the test was for to see if the lady who was on the computer, remember, she tricked my boy, he fell in love, and then she locked his ass in the house. In other words, AI is smarter than you. I know you don't believe that because you got Jesus. I ain't mad at you. Because you don't know who AI is. Artificial intelligence. Who that be? So the T says, work for rest. Or work from rest. I'm not sure what that means. So the T, what are you trying to say? Because at the end of the day, all of us are individual expressions of God on earth. So the key, especially for everybody that's joining me. Now remember, we already started. This is the last 3 shows is prep for August the 15th. Because everybody should have already been manifesting the money you need to take the class. Remember I said you don't pay for classes with money, you pay for classes with manifestations. That means offers. Now, for a lot of people, y'all not even on social media. So that could be a problem. So that means you got to make offers where? In your demographics. So you guys making offers in your demographics. That simply means that where you go, that's how you grow. So you should be talking to your neighbors. You go to the laundromat, to the store, you sum up a conversation, and then you do what? You make an offer. An offer is something that's going to make me money. An offer is something that's going to bring me and make me feel loved, valued, and respected. An offer is something that's going to allow me to escape the mental stress that's in my life. An offer is something that's going to make me feel beautiful, make me feel handsome, make me feel good looking, beauty. An offer is something that's that is easy to implement or easy to implement. It requires less effort because I'm expressing more purpose. Remember, purpose is the thing that loves you more than you love it. Purpose is swimming downstream. Just flow with the river. Just flow with the current, brother. Sister, follow the current. That's currency. That's money. So if you swimming really hard and you working, like over this morning, what did I do? Answer. I just said last night, Big G. I looked at the numbers. I calculated. I did what the Bible says in Revelations. I highly recommend this if you're serious about manifesting your dreams. Man, now if you just not, come on, man. You just won the lottery and, you got your paper stacked up and you just, sipping pina coladas at the beach every day. Okay. I mean, this may not be for you. But if you're like me, if you're in the valley, if you're in a lion's den, if your back is up against the Red Sea and Pharaoh and his army is coming at you and they're getting ready to whoop your ass, they're going to knock you in the head with a chair. What the fuck you going to do? Well, you need a plan. How do we get across the Red Sea on dry land? How do we get thrown into the fiery furnace and come out and we don't even smell like smoke? How do we go into the lion's den and come out and we don't even have no lion hair on our clothing? How do we walk on water and tell the storm, peace, be still? How do we go in and say, Lazarus, come forth? That's what I'm talking about. Well, you got to be woke, bruh. You got to be woke, sis. That means you must be in an elevated state. To raise the dead, you got to be alive. The blood got to be pumping in your fucking veins. You can't be coming in here weak and jellyback to my real brother. I'm just going to believe Jesus for a miracle. Next, Jesus is going to steal your chi. Buddha, Muhammad, all of them are chi stealers. Because they're God. They don't need chi. Remember, God is somebody that generates. And God is a fucking sun. Now, does the sun take in energy or does he put out energy? I mean, I'm asking for a friend. Think about it. It'll come to you. You're supposed to be expressing, exposing, and expanding. So that means that you can't be in need. So even if you are in need, it's a trick. That's God trying to tell you to wake up. Generate, operate, and direct. Use your gun that I gave you. God gave you a gun, a big one. You got a big pow, 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 pow. And you got some bullets, a bunch of bullets. It's called your mouth. See, some of y'all are spewing those fiery darts at the wrong people. I ain't your enemy, bro. Point that weapon at somebody else. Why are you mad at me? I'm trying to help you and you mad at me. Use your gun. G for God, U for universe, N for nature. In English, what that mean though, Doc? That sounds good on paper, man. It's like you got an acronym. Woo, and it rhymes. Get the fuck out of here. I can't pay my bill with no acronym. Well, God means generate, operate, and direct, brother. Sister, can you generate, operate, and direct? Okay, you don't have a gun. The U stands for the you and I together. We write a verse. You and I verse. The U, in the word universe, is Y-O-U. A-N-D-E-Y-E. Creates verses, songs, frequencies, waves, mother beat, vibrations. That's a gun, bro. Naturally. The N for naturally. So if it's just not natural, it's not automatic. Does it flow out of you? Does consonants and vowels just flow out of your mouth effortlessly? Okay, you ain't got a gun. You can't go to war. You can't fight. You ain't got no weapon. The weapons of our warfare. The weapons of our warfare, you're supposed to have a gun. You're supposed to have a sword and a shield. You can't go fight. You can't go to war with no weapons. So I got weapons, homie. Plethora. More than one. So I want to teach you how to develop your own weapons. Why? So that way you don't think and you don't seek assistance from mama, papa, the government, nobody. Because you are an individual expression of God. You are God. See, God, they don't help other gods that are asleep. Because a God that is asleep is a man or a woman. Yeah, I watched the movie The Immortals. Remember, Zeus came down and said, if I see any of you mother pepping these humans again, I'm going to whoop your ass. And he killed his own son. Remember, he came down and go back and watch, not the word immortals, the movie Immortals. All of these move me. Because it's about the movie Prometheus. Remember that? When he came down, because his daughter Athena and the son, I think it was Apollo, or one of them, they came down to help the immortals. I mean, the mortals. Immortality cannot help. See, your mortal was put on immortal. Remember, the Bible talks about your corruption must put on incorruption. That's why we're here, to learn to use your corruption, darkness. So how do we do it? For real. Number one, this is what we're doing. We have already done it, but obviously we got to do it another way. We wrote manifestation songs. I gave you a manifestation phrase. I gave you your path and your cash. But we are not woke enough as a group to start practicing group dynamics. Now we're still a bunch of individuals. The goal is to get a group of 3, 5, 10, 20. The number really doesn't matter as much as the state. Because if we are all woke, there will never be an argument. There will never be a disagreement. Nobody will never catch feelings. Say, fuck you, Doc. I'm not in the group, brother. None of that will happen because we're all woke. See, when you are woke, you have the most powerful thing on the planet. It is the psychology of discernment. See, behind discernment, the psychology behind being aware and being conscious is the understanding that I'm aware and I'm conscious. So I can have the ability to calculate, which is the ability to under, over, and understand. So when the Bible says, here is wisdom, then it tells you what wisdom is. The wisdom is not only the ability to put things in a particular order. Wisdom is the ability to understand, overstand, and understand the feelings that is produced by putting those things in that order. In other words, wisdom is not thinking about money. Wisdom is focusing on the feelings that having money creates. Wisdom is not focusing on your dream boo-boo. Wisdom is living in a place or in a mental state when you don't have your dream boo-boo. You are in a place where you are programming your feelings because you are creating the environment for your dream boo-boo. Here is wisdom. Here is wisdom. Wisdom is the ability to calculate the number of a man. And a man is a god asleep. A woman is a goddess asleep. Here is wisdom. If you are a man, and if you are a woman, here is wisdom. You are a God asleep. So wisdom is the ability to let the one with understanding solve the meaning, the reason behind the number that creates the beast. For it is the number, the reason behind the number of a God that's asleep. Gods that are asleep are 666, which is 1, 8, which is 9. Gods that are asleep are 9 ether beings that don't know how to use their ether. Your power has been stripped from you by the dominant culture. It ain't their fault. It ain't your fault. They just smarter than you. If you are an Alkebulan, and even if you are a non-Alkebulan, because if you are a non-Alkebulan, your name ain't Rothschild, Kennedy, Schwarzenegger, You're not part of the dominant culture. So they hump your ass in with us. Fortunately or unfortunately for you. So sorry. So now it's about bloodline. More so than it is because they already took melanin magic. And not only are they using it on you, black man, they're using it on the white man, their own people that doesn't have the correct line with age. If I can't use age to trace back your line, you get over there with the Negroes. So there's a lot of cost occasions and a lot of Assyrians who have been lumped in with melanated alkibulons. Because like in the movie The Witch Hunter, that one goes back over there. Remember it was had my boy Vin Diesel in there? And in the movie The Witch Hunter, I think they made, did they make two of those? Actually, it was called The Last. I think it was called The Last Witch Hunter. I said Witch Hunter, but The Last Witch Hunter. The little guy that sold out the witch hunter and was working for the witch, and then she turns on him and kills him. You remember what she said to him right before she kills him? She's like, "That was doing what did what for you, blah 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 blah." He said, "Yeah, but you have no magic in your blood." Hey, no, you got magic in your blood. You know. The day that you wake up, it may not be today, but one day you got to wake up and you're gonna realize you got magic in your blood. Those magnetite and calcite crystals allow you to crystalline, which allows you to align your crystals, which activates your chi, which allows you to be an individual expression of God on this earth. But it all starts with attaching your mind, aligning your mind, because you can't manifest nothing. God is already, source code is already, I'm going to use the word, created. And our source code is just experiencing his own creations. But he uses your senses, your vehicle by which to experience and enjoy his own creation. So source has already created everything. He, she, it is operating through you because you are his ambassador. You're an extension of God on earth, which allow God to, what does it feel like to go to some place like Colorado and go, I don't know, doing so crazy like jumping into Colorado Springs and taking the rapids, or walking up the Twin Peaks, or going out to the ocean and putting your feet in the water. Source code want to experience. So you are here at the Big Bear of Good News. You are here to experience all levels of creation. So for the next 21 days, we're going to restructure the way by which you collapse waves in the particles, because they're not being collapsed from an elevated state. That's why it's not manifesting. And if you want to manifest fast or more, it has to be a higher and more crystal, more clarity. So if you want to manifest today, it must be from a place that is so high, it is the vibrational equivalent of unconditional love source. It is scalar. That's number one. Your blueprint must be from source. It must actually be source. Why? That is the highest. It's the energy that's gonna be impressed upon people's souls when they read your post, they're gonna be like, damn, what the? That energy is gonna bypass the reticular activating system, and it's gonna bypass their frontal lobe. It's gonna speak directly into the paleo brain. It's gonna speak directly into the hippocampus. It's gonna speak directly into pineal and the pituitary. It's going to activate that crystal cathedral. If you expose a IDEA card, if you got your spiritual ID card, you are now able to express, expose, and expand energy that's not yours. Now, God is speaking. You are high, G-I. Your genes, the genie in your genes, the bigger the release, the more the obsession. High frequency matter being overrides low frequency matter beings. You are being an expression high frequency. So now you've raised your frequency or your vibration. So now you are tempting waves to center themselves inside of you and everybody else. Intense compassion leads. Intense compassion leads. That's how you produce leads. When you lead, you produce leads. They want to sign up because you are in an expanded heart consciousness. When you vibrate higher, the high of thinking allows you to assume your desired experience. The art and science of thinking allows you to increase your vibratory frequency because love activates the field of protection. You walk through the valley of shadow and death. You fear no evil. You whoop ass because you are bigger, because you're more frequent, you're more intense, you have more thoughts, so you are fit. Your attention creates a being state that allows you to see the field. ABC. That's steering or navigating from within. That's the whole series that we did called High Genes. The high of getting results. Dopamine is released. But the investment must be in yourself because you are the number one commodity on earth. You. If you're looking outside of yourself, you are fucking yourself. I don't know why you would do that. Why would you think there was some frequency wave vibration that's outside of yourself that's better than yourself? You are an individual expression of God on earth. You are being tested right now because God put you in that environment to wake your ass up. He put you there so you can figure out what the fuck we're going to do to get out. Right now, you're in a situation, and you need to get out. The way that you get out is to, number one, create a digital information product. This is the fastest way out. There's a bunch of ways out. You have to create, that means generate, and then you've got to organize or operate what you just created. And then you have to push it in the direction of people who need it. That's how you direct it. You're God. You're a goddess. Just deal with these three and close. Number one, generate. Doc, what do we generate? I recommend you do what I do. What do I do? What do I love? Okay? What do I hate? Because it's easy. People say, well, Doc, I don't know what I love. Okay, what do you hate? It's easy for me to find, okay, I hate walking outside in the sun. Well, I don't like to get my hands dirty. I'm a pretty boy. I like looking good, smelling good, wearing nice clothes, driving fancy cars. You will not see my black ass on the roof in August in Texas. Nope. I just be unemployed. I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it. Period. Yeah, but we're gonna pay you. Nope. So tell me what you ain't gonna do. Okay, what's left? When you just write down on a piece of paper, I ain't doing it, man. Like, I'm not going to go stand outside in front of a furniture store with those signs. You see those dudes flipping signs and put on that hot-ass suit. I don't care how much money they pay me. I ain't doing it. Okay, Doc? You ain't doing it. Nope. Well, what you going to do then? Okay, what does me? What comes easy? Talking. How come talking comes easy for you? Now, when you was born, you was a mute. Why? Because everybody told me, boy, shut up. All the adults, hey, sun's up, get your ass outside. Yeah, mama, but it's hot. I don't give a. Get out. Go play. Oh, we ain't got no toys. Make up something. Be creative. Nowadays, kids sit in the house all day and play video games. They don't even go outside. When I was a kid, the adults say, get out. Mama got to get some water? No. Go to the hydrant outside. We could not come in the house till the sun went down. Then they let us in. Gave some food, took a shower, took your ass in the bed. So I had to learn to be creative and then talk about what I created. Hey, I got a stick. Took some clothes off the clothesline. I got a clothespin. I put that on my back, and I was Batman. Because you ain't no Batman. I'm Batman. The next guy was Superman. So when I was a kid, I played superheroes. That's how I played. And usually, I try to recruit my brothers and sisters. They're like, man, we ain't playing that stuff. And so it was just me, myself, and I, all three of us, living the dream, just like now. So I do what comes natural to me. Shit's easy. What do you do? Best way to find out what comes natural? Look at your numbers. I'm a compassionate communicator because I'm a 6. There are 6s that don't like to talk. They don't like to communicate because they don't have nothing to express. That's why. See, 6 is the number of compassion. Compassion is the number of details. Details comes from noticing shit. Noticing stuff comes from looking at it. What are you looking at? If you're looking at all you look at every day is your problems, do you want to communicate that to people? Fuck no. How come? It doesn't create the 5 attributes. Number 1, money. Number 2, feeling of love. Number 3, escape pain. Number 4, oh, I feel good. I feel beautiful. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Number 5, ease. No more stress. No effort. So if all you see is your problems, you do not, if you're 6, you don't want to communicate that. So it's easy to see how your expression has been cut off based upon your environment and your situation, because that's the devil's job. AKA God is playing the character of the devil so that way you can wake the fuck up and be God by whooping that problem's ass. How do you do it? Communicate it. When I started talking about what my problems, where I was at. And then I solved them. Now I talk about them. And everybody say, well, you know what? I used to be had that problem. Some people say I still got it. So number 1, to generate, you bloom where you plant. Now what you going to do? You're going to say the same thing I do. What's my problem that I have right now? My problem that I have right now, I've arrived. But I created a monster. What is the monster? Once you get here, it takes one type of energy. It takes another type of energy to stay here. Which means my bills have tripled, quadrupled from where I was at. The house I'm in right now is worth 4, 5 times the value of the house that I was in. So the payment has increased 4 or 5 times. The car that I drive right now, I can buy 4 for the cars. I can buy 4 Camaros for the cost of 1 Corvette. Water bill, everything went up. So I need to do what? Increase my salary. So I got to figure that out. So I'm not going to go back to driving what I used to drive. I'm not going to go back to live in the old house I used to live in. So what do? I can't call Ghostbusters. There ain't no government programs to bail me out. So you sink or you fucking learn how to swim fast. But the bills comes regularly. They don't take time off. They don't give you time out to figure out the shit. You in it. But what's the beauty of it? The beauty is you should always live above your means. The beauty is you should put yourself in the lion's den voluntarily. They say, hey, who want to go in the lion and fight that lion's den? Me, sir. You should volunteer. Why? When you get your ass in the lion and he start roaring at you, and you let fear start coming over you, oh, you're going to figure it the fuck out quick. Most people don't like that. How come? They don't like to think, especially if they're black. Remember, we've been told what to think all of our life. Now you're getting adults, and now you got to learn how to think. The dominant culture, they sit little Johnny's ass down, and they taught him how to read the stock market. They brought the Wall Street Journal. He wasn't reading comic books. Little Johnny was learning how to invest in the stock market. Little Johnny was learning how to form companies, how to start an LLC. Little Johnny had a trust fund. He had a savings account. When he was born, they set it up. Little Johnny knows how to do all of that stuff that you don't. Little Johnny was in a safe, secure environment that he could have time to study. You was in a household environment where you were trying to figure out how to stay alive, keep from getting shot, and help mama pay them bills. Because you, the daddy, wasn't around. So it's a totally different disposition. So now that you're here, ain't nobody's fault. It is what it is. So what are you going to do? No matter which side are you on, whether you're little Johnny or you broke Susie, the job is to take the lemonade that was given and create a system. That's an operation. Number one, you got to make a decision to generate a product, service information that benefits other people more than it benefits yourself. Number two, you got to put that product, service information in a step-by-step system that when you look at it, you get amplified because it works. Because you tried it and it made you feel first, and then it manifests second. Then number three, now you start promoting it. That's the direction part. So you got to generate, you got to operate and direct because you are a God, but you're asleep because you didn't put yourself in the plan. Everybody has a plan, but they're not in it. Now, everybody on this call, you got a plan, right? You've been doing it every day, but you're not in the plan. What I mean by you putting yourself in the plan, that means you're not emotionally invested in the plan. Like if the book sells, great. If it don't sell, yeah, I ain't tripping, doc. I ain't emotionally invested in my book. It's just a book. Fuck it. I gotta go to work. I ain't got time to. But if you are that book, if the only thing that you got is that book, if your children don't eat, if you don't sell that book, if that house, big ass house you in, leave, it don't get paid. If you don't create products, service, and information that help other people create money, that help other people receive praise and attention, that helps other people escape pain, that help other people create beauty in their own life and themselves, look good, and allow other people to operate in a stress-free, ease, effortless environment, especially mentally, because everybody's mentally stressed because of the dominant culture gaslighting everybody. My voice must exude those five things without sound. What part do I play in my plan? The whole plan is dependent upon me. See, your plan does not rise and fall based upon your effort. That means you're asleep. The day that your life rises and falls on your effort, that's the day your life changes. Because all of the attention for that day is on you. Now, your plan that you implement must activate God's land. Your glands, that's based upon your plan, that's going to take you to what we call the promised land. Because your organelles and your cells is going to get you out of jails. The moment that you create an organization that allows you to have a orgasm, which means that you are in a elevated, constant, coherent, blissful, enlightened, emotional state that transcends time. You operate in eternity. That's your get out of jail. So all you have to do is create a plan that activates your glands. You then operate in a higher state. See, your plan that you have right now, you don't believe in it. That's why you don't promote it. Do you guys know how much promotion I do every day? Look at all my, I did 5 TikTok videos this morning. Look at all 5 TikTok videos. Also, I'm going to get off this call with YouTube. I'm going to be on Spreaker. Then I'm going to go to TikTok. Then I'm going to LinkedIn. Then I'm going to iHeart. Then I'm going to go Spreaker, back to Facebook. For the rest, all day, I am going to be distributing, directing my operation that I generated because I'm a fucking God. And I'm awake. Deep nostril breathing. That's the plan for everybody else, to create in you that when you talk, people will either disconnect or going to say, that dude is suffering from delusions of grandeur. But like my boy in the movie Limitless, when he told him, man, you suffering from delusions of grandeur. He said, no, I have a system that produces grandeur, grandioseness. You should be in a state right now of grandiose that ain't got shit to do with your bank account, your health, your wisdom, or your relationship. It is a mental disposition because you have created a plan that has activated God's land. I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm going to see you later on tonight. God bless.